Game Chat with Bwana, episode 71, starting right now.
Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
Game Chat with Bwana. Game Chat with Bwana, episode 71, coming to you live at twitch.tv/Bwana and live.bwana.tv. We're here every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're a little bit late tonight, but I'm glad you guys who follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Bwana knew about the delay. I posted a tweet. I didn't sound like a bird, although I can sound like a bird. I choose not to for health reasons. The doctor told me that if I tried to sound like a bird, that I would turn into a bird. You know they have a subreddit called Birds with Arms? Go to reddit.com/r, Birds with Arms. Prepare for your face to melt. This is Game Chat with Bwana, episode 71. We got a great show lined up for you guys. I want to thank everybody for coming by. And what we do here at Game Chat what we do here at Game Chat with Bwana is that we talk about the last 7 days. The last 7 days of gaming news. We try to find the best stories on the internet. We look to our favorite gaming sites and then we say, that would be a great candidate for Game Chat with Bwana. That would be a great candidate. And then you guys, well, I actually pick the stories. And then we have a forum at bwana.tv/forums where you guys can augment my stories over there, and then you post your stories and we talk about those. So we go through the stories that you guys post. Sometimes we skip over some to save time, depending on how long the show is going or how interesting the story is. And then after that we have what's called Title Time. Title Time is when you guys come up with snazzy titles, those titles that just make your head want to explode with happiness and joy, and insert other pleasurable emotion here. The mind has gone blank. After that Title Time, we hand out them accolades, them Game Chat with Bwana accolades, them things that just make you go, yes, in that sort of fashion. Welcome to the show, y'all. We're gonna have a great time. Let's do it.
Game Chat with Bwana would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Twitch.tv, Wirecast, YouTube, and 123 Systems. Thank you all for your support of Game Chat with Bwana.
Yes. Yes. PlayStation 3, guys. The PlayStation 3 recently revamped their console. They came out with a new slim, the super slim version. This is, you know, after they were on that weight loss show for consoles. I think the Xbox 360 was there, Nintendo GameCube was there, and it lost weight and turned into the Nintendo Wii. The Xbox somehow gained weight from the Xbox to the Xbox 360, and it became slimmer. Then the PlayStation just was fat, and then it was skinny, and then it was slim, and now it's super slim. The super slim PlayStation 3. I think we mentioned this a few shows ago. This new revamped console is trying to inject life into the console sales, namely for this holiday, to combat that new. I don't know if they lost weight. Yeah, they actually did lose weight, but the controller got bigger on the Wii U. So you could say the Wii U lost weight, but its feet got bigger. The PlayStation 3 sales are up 138% in Europe, according to this article. Over on PlayStationLifestyle.net in the UK, actually, the €299 500 gigabyte flavor accounted for 37% of those sales. I don't think anybody saw this coming. I think everybody was waiting for Sony to fall flat on their face. And it's kind of impressive that this console moved that fast, considering it's just a kind of a remake of the same thing. Now, the PlayStation has always, you know, done reasonably well overseas. When I say overseas, I mean across the pond from America and North America. Whereas the Xbox 360 typically dominates in the US. You know, the PlayStation 3 globally does a little bit better than it does in the North American region. So I'm not saying I was totally surprised by this, but given that this is just a remake, this is just a slim down of the existing console, you know, that the sales will go up that much. But you got to think, what was the initial number? If it went up, if the sales numbers were 2, and then it went up to 3.5, I don't know how you sell half a console, then, you know, then the numbers won't be all that impressive. But I'm happy for Sony. I don't want them to die like some people do. Like, die, Sony. We only need one console in this race. Your console's so stupid that your company should fail and go underground and never come back. That's how some people are. I'm not that way. I don't want Sony to fail. I don't want Microsoft to fail. And I don't want Nintendo to fail. I want all of them to be happy. I want the 33% sales across the board where everybody's happy with their game controllers in hand, jumping along rainbows and singing happy songs to puppies. I'm totally making all of this up. Check it out, guys. Over on PlayStationLifestyle.net, they got the details about this particular console, PlayStation 3, this super slim release. The sales are up 138%. So check it out. Next story we're going to talk about is the 3DS. And you knew it was coming. This is why I'm talking about this, because every time we bring up the 3DS and Nintendo and their handhelds, I always talk about how they rebundle, re-release, re-release. You know, the XL, the GL, the BL, you know, all these different variants of the same thing. They re-release them with slight differences. So the 3DS now is coming out with these new bundles, and it's not as drastic as you may think. Not as drastic. These are simply bundles with the game, and the 3DS has been recolored, if you will. They got 3 different bundles: the new Super Mario Bros. 2, Animal Crossing 3DS, and the Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. The Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate bundle is going to be all black, while this is the picture of the new Super Mario Bros. One. It is red with some designs on it. And Animal Crossing 3D is going to have polka dot images against a white background. So if you're into the 3DS, if you're into this kind of stuff, look for these bundles to get released in Japan. And also, according to this article, there's been some new titles to the Nintendo eShop. These titles include Ocarina of Time, Ocarina of Time 3D, Pilot Wings Resort, Star Fox 64 3D, Super Mario 3D Land, Mario Kart 7, Mario Tennis Open, Hana to Ikimoto Ritai Zukan, and Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games. So the eShop just got injected with some new titles. So check it out, guys. Some exciting news from Nintendo regarding new 3DS bundles, eShops, and all kinds of good stuff from Japan. I don't know when this is coming to the US. It's gonna be a little bit, I don't want to say interesting. Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how long it's going to take them to get to the US. They said November 1st for Japan. Wait, no. That's the Monster Hunter one. It's November 1st. Animal Crossing is November 8th. And I saw another date for new Super Mario Brothers. I don't think they have it in here. It's around November, but we're probably going to see them before the holidays, I think. I hope we'll see them, because I know a lot of you want to get these in your hands for Christmas and whatever holiday you celebrate at the end of the year. You're going to want to get one of these. So check this out, guys, again, on joystick.com. Now we're going to move on to talk about Notch. We're not going to talk about Notch. We're going to talk about Minecraft. Remember, every time I see a Minecraft story, I always say we're going to talk about Notch, because he's kind of synonymous with the game, even though he's not even a lead developer anymore. When you think about Minecraft, you think about their lead developer, Notch. You know, he was the face of this game for such a long time. Now, this particular story is kind of weird. Minecraft has apparently, the guys at Mojang have inked a deal for books. Publishing books. Real books, not the book you see here in the screenshot in the game where you can write and stuff. But they've inked a deal with UK's Egmont Publishing to create children's books and magazines. Now, the only thing I could think of that would make sense with this would be like, when we were growing up, we had these books called pop-up books. I don't know if they even still make them, but they were so exciting. They were so awesome. You open the book and out pops a little scene, and you had some dialogue to go along with it, and it was like these great little scenes that matched the book, and you turn the page and it'd be another thing that pop up. They were great books. We had them in school. They were very popular when I was young, back in 1866, and I could only think that Minecraft is going to do something similar to make it interesting, because I don't know how you can make a Minecraft book interesting to a child otherwise. You got Steve, who according to Notch is genderless somehow. You got all these genderless animals. Cows with no gender. Sheep with no gender. Running around. He, she, it. Running around. Steve kills a sheep. The end. Maybe I'm lacking imagination here. But yeah, these guys also well, I can't really knock them because they inked a deal for Angry Birds books. That's even more outlandish. How in the world are you gonna make a book about? Actually, Angry Birds is a little bit better than Minecraft. Angry Birds kind of has a story where the pig's stealing the birds' eggs and laughing. That's good for a children's book. But Minecraft, there once was a guy named Steve stranded on this randomly generated world who was looking for diamond. A creeper blew up and killed him. The end. I know. But this book hopefully is going to bring in more money for Mojang. I don't know how much they're going to make. I don't know how they're going to sell it. This is something I'm going to kind of watch because I'm confused. I'm more confused than interested because I don't know how Minecraft could be a children's book. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. I'll be enlightened with the information. But check it out, guys. Over at joystick.com, they got the details. Minecraft dev Mojang inks a deal with Egmont Publishing to publish some books and magazines for children. Somehow, hopefully this will be successful.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Okay, now we're going to talk about Steam. Steam. Not the Steam that... Oh, I got my bookmark bar up here. Not the Steam like the Valve Steam. Actually, this is the Valve Steam. Anyway, moving on. Steam is now offering non-gaming software, but it's not really non-gaming software. It is software to create games. So in essence, it is gaming software. Conundrum in your brainial cranial dome. Steam now offers non-gaming software. If you go up there to Steam, you'll see some software that you can buy. The catalog is 10% off until tomorrow, Tuesday, October 9th. They got some software to create games, like 3D modeling software, sculpting programs, painting tools, such as 3D Coat, ArtRage Studio Pro, and free and paid versions of Game Maker Studio are available as well. They got 3D Mark 11 and 3D Mark Vantage for benchmarking, all the things you need to make your own video game in the comforts of your own home. So, I think this is kind of cool. When I first heard that Steam was going to be offering software, I didn't think about the possibility, and it may have even been written. I didn't think about the possibility of them sticking to software related to building games, especially when they have the Greenlight initiative. It all makes sense. Here's the software, build a game, put it through Greenlight, Steam users vote on it, and we sell it on Steam. It's a closed ecosystem. And there's benefits to a closed ecosystem, but as with any closed ecosystem, there's always, some drawbacks. Those of us who live in the Apple world know that that's definitely true. You get a lot of benefits. You get some more stability in some areas. You get consistency in a lot of areas, but you have to compromise on compatibility and some other things that, users who don't use Apple software enjoy. So it's kind of the same premise with Steam. They're a little bit more open than Apple. It's kind of a harsh example, but that closed ecosystem gives you a lot of benefits. So, for example, you could think about the possibility of if you uninstall Steam, can you still do what you do now? Probably not. You're kind of locked into Steam. Some people don't care. Like, I don't care. Steam, take my money. Handcuff me to the valve. There's so many puns here. Handcuff me to the valve, and I will stay with you forever. Forever and ever, Steam. You're my dog. Oh, man. So, I'm happy for them. I think this is a great idea. And I can't help but wonder how many of you are going to download these things and make some games out of them. Because we got some great ideas in our community. You guys have great ideas for games. You can critique games very well. You're not like other communities where you just say, this is stupid. I don't like this game because it's stupid. You're like, no, I don't like this game because the main character, Jimmy, only has 6 fingers. Clearly, he should have 8 fingers. And Jimmy walks funny. Somebody get Jimmy a hover cycle with lasers. I know. Let's put Jimmy on a Brontosaurus armed with lasers. The Brontosaurus will move about with rocket-propelled rollerblades. We'll call the game Genie. And then it sells 10 billion copies. You guys are geniuses like that. So hopefully you'll get a hold of this software and actually do some great things with it. Check it out, guys. Over at escapismagazine.com, Steam is now offering non-gaming software for you to download and make your own games. Now let's talk about League of Legends and a little bit of esports stuff here. And this past few days, this weekend, we saw kind of a tragedy in terms of gaming infrastructure. And a lot of you young gamers out there don't probably agree with this assessment, but you didn't really experience the world without the way things are now. Let me explain. A lot of games today require you to be online. They require you to log in and authenticate, to store your information on their servers, to be constantly connected to the internet. You're at the mercy of your connection. A lot of cloud initiatives are the same way. Back in the day, early gaming, you could play any game you want offline. You didn't need a connection. As a matter of fact, if you had an internet connection, you were kind of the exception in a lot of these games. Most games could be played online, and multiplayer games could be, optionally done through another person in the room, or as time went on, you could play with someone else over a modem. Yes, modem. That funny noise that you guys make fun of now. We used to use those to play multiplayer games, but it was kind of an optional thing. So what we're seeing now is a move towards these server-based infrastructures. And if you've watched StarCraft 2 tournaments, you've seen it. In the middle of a big tournament, a big game, you'll see this disconnecting screen. All of a sudden, the match is interrupted because Battle.net had a hiccup. Single point. This is what we call a single point of failure. Battle.net fails, the game stops. The same is true for this League of Legends tournament. And when you hear people cry LAN stands for local area network. That means that you can play a game with just computers connected to each other locally. You don't need to be connected to the internet. We used to have what's called LAN parties, where people would physically take their computer to their friend's house. They would connect the two via a Ethernet cable, or they would hook it up to a hub, and they would play each other. People do it with Torchlight today. If you go to the Torchlight 2 Reddit, you can see people having LAN parties. They're taking their laptops and computers into each other's house, and they're having a party playing Torchlight. So League of Legends this weekend suffered a massive failure. This is a multi-million-dollar tournament. The best teams in the world came together for a world championship. Riot spent a ton of money on this. And it was halted. It was completely abrupted and stopped and just kaput because of connectivity issues. Now people will immediately talk about, oh, DDoS, 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 DDoS. It wasn't a DDoS per se. It was just typical internet connection issues, which happen. They are not uncommon, especially at big events where you have a lot of different people. I mean, this event was being casted all over the world. League of Legends is very popular, in case you didn't know. League of Legends is extremely, extremely popular. And this thing was casted all over the world, and it just stopped. One single point of failure. And for some reason, people think this is okay. A lot of people on Reddit and other places, including myself, think that these types of events, especially when there's $1 million on the line, $1 million on the line, you should at least have a LAN client. This is a client specifically designed to connect peer-to-peer. You can use a crossover cable, use a hub, like I said before. And it's designed for that. So if you do have venue internet connection issues, it won't affect the gameplay. The contest or the match will be able to continue. Not the case here, guys. They decided not to do it. It failed tremendously. It failed horribly. It's probably one of the monumental failures that this is probably one of the biggest failures I've ever seen from Riot. And I've been watching them for a good minute. Monumental. This is a build-up, all season 2 build-up all year up to the final pinnacle match, and bzz, internet cut out, match cut. So if you haven't been following this, guys, there's some stories on the internet you can catch up. I've heard some stories and read some threads where they're talking about possibly redoing the matches. I think this coming Wednesday, picking up where they left off, and remaking the matches and trying to pick up the pieces. Now, Good Guy Riot actually tried to clean up pretty well. I think they gave everybody their pizza, and there was a lot of other things they did. I forgot all the other things. They gave them a refund for their tickets. So Good Guy Riot was trying to make amends. You got to give them credit for that. I mean, they could have just said, everybody go home, but they didn't. They said, we'll give you a refund. Here's some pizza, which probably costed a lot of money. So yeah, it was a terrible situation, guys, and that's the only way I can put it. No way to dress this up. Check it out, guys. This is over on Joystick, but it's all over the web about this League of Legends World Championship being ruined by a common problem in gaming. Now, speaking of common problems in gaming, let's talk about Battlefield 3 a second here. Battlefield 3, darling in my heart. Oh, Battlefield 3, you're such a darling. Battlefield 3 has this problem. Everything is blue for some reason. I have no idea why. If you go play a one shooter and you come back to Battlefield 3, you're like, man, why is everything so blue? It's got this blue hue to everything, and it gets annoying sometimes. So people have gone out and they have put their hard-earned effort and work and blood, sweat, and tears into making mods to change the color. And you can see that, they got some this trailer here, which I can't play, which showcases the mod, and it makes the game look a lot better. Now, DICE designer Gustav Holling said on Twitter, I wouldn't use those hacks if you don't want a permaban on your account. Altering or modding the game files is not allowed and is a TOS violation. Now, I'm not going to argue against the ban. That's clearly, you're altering the game files. You are violating the TOS. And you should get banned according to the rules. The problem I have is the game design. Why in the world is a game designed that we have to modify game files in order to change brightness. Therein lies the problem. We shouldn't have to modify the game files. It should be a checkbox called I don't like blue. Uncheck. Get rid of blue option. Please. Put a please next to it to be polite. Big problem. Some Reddit posters have already claimed they've been permabanned from their accounts for using this mod. This is a permanent ban. It's not detention. This is not timeout. This is your account is banned. You got to buy a new copy of the game, create a whole new account if you want to play Battlefield 3. Now, if this is an Origin account ban, I don't think you can use any of your Origin games. I have to look into that. I think it is an Origin level ban, account ban. So if you got Mass Effect 3, if you got Dead Space, if you got any other of the EA titles on your Origin account, or any of the non-EA titles on your Origin account, it's just like a Steam ban. Can't play them anymore, which is another problem. So I really think that DICE needs to revisit the design of the game. I think that's a problem with the design of the game. We shouldn't have blue games. You can quote me on that. Bwana from Bwana.tv says that we shouldn't have blue games. Check it out, guys. Over on Escapist magazine, they got the details about this travesty of a design in Battlefield 3. You change the brightness, you change the color, you get banned. It's as simple as that.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
All right, now we're gonna move to some sad news. Ain't that sad? BioWare has lost another one. They're bleeding executives right now. BioWare have already lost their producers, executive producer Rich Vogel, and co-founders Greg Zukchik and Ray Muska. Joining the exodus is now Daniel Erickson, who is Star Wars The Old Republic lead designer and creative director. He has left the building. And it wasn't necessarily on good terms. You may have remembered that BioWare announced that they are going free to play. They're changing their model later this year. And Erickson sounds like he is firmly against that. According to his Twitter account, he says, when 90% of the industry is saying the exact same thing, social, mobile, free to play, a huge number of people are going to lose that race. And he's got a valid point. Because 90% can't win the race. It's only going to be a handful to win that race. See League of Legends. And he also wrote, Job Hunt thought, if you think monetization approach is the same thing as a game idea, I don't know why we're talking. So apparently, you know, he's got some issues with what's going on at BioWare. I don't know those exact issues, and frankly, it's none of my business. But from BioWare's perspective, this is not good. BioWare is in a kind of a disarray right now, and I've seen other studios go through this. Some recover, some don't. Very few recover. They're spiraling into this world of lost identity. BioWare has been known for their great storytelling, their great single-player games. You know, a lot of great titles, but recently they've been running into a lot of problems. A lot of problems. So he also has a great quote here, which I wanna bring up. In response to a Twitter user, he said he was burned out on MMOs and missed games like Monkey Island, Full Throttle, and Space Quest. he added that there's a reason Kickstarters for classic adventure games and classic RPGs have done so well. And I think I agree with that assessment, because the direction that a lot of games are going, you know, is really, and he's making that point in his tweet, is centered around monetization. Whereas classic games, like he mentions in these Kickstarters, they're not necessarily the best designed for monetizing. As a matter of fact, they're terrible for monetizing, because you get a great experience in that game package and you don't have to spend another dime. When you got free-to-play models, when you got these other game models, which are considered game ideas, which he states, you know, he doesn't want to talk to you. And we're seeing a lot of these Kickstarter, these games. I mean, look at FTL. FTL, $10 game on Steam. Hours and hours, days of gameplay potential. Simple game, self-contained. You know, it's got, you know, you could probably do DLC or mods, and I think they're going to go the mod route, but you don't even need to. The other day I was playing XCOM UFO Defense, which is a game from 1993, which was light years ahead of its time. Light years. Here's a game that throws you into sort of a sandbox environment and says, okay, here are all these random encounters. What's your strategy? And you can get days and years of gameplay out of that with one purchase. Now, his thought, I agree with. Monetization approach shouldn't be, you know, a core game idea from a game perspective. Now, sadly, a lot of companies have to do that. Otherwise, they'll go under. Which is why I think a lot of people are going this Kickstarter route, an independent route, and leaving these publishers and going independent to do their own games. So while I'm sad for BioWare, I'm happy that Daniel is leaving for what I consider the right reasons. And I'm sure he's going to be able to get another job or start his own company, because the guy's talented. He's extremely talented. So we'll see what happens with him. Hopefully he won't say anything stupid. We always hate to see that happen, especially out of anger. But we'll be watching this story very closely. Again, escapistmagazine.com. They got you just call this podcast the Escapist Magazine podcast. They got the details over there. And for our final story, even less happier, sadder news. Cliffy B. Oh, Cliffy B. Cliffy B, Cliffy B, Cliffy B, Cliffy B has also departed. Cliffy B is one of these. He's one of those stories, man. Cliffy B has been in the gaming industry like forever. I think the guy started when he was like, what, 16? 20 years at Epic. The guy's been with Epic for... A lot of you ain't even 20 years old. This guy was making video games before you were born. And this has like been his life for 20 years. He's got a great quote. I've been doing this since I was a teenager. And outside of my sabbatical last year, I have been going nonstop. I literally grew up in this business. And as Mike likes to say, and now that I'm grown up, it's time for a much needed break. I will miss the projects, the playtests, the debates, and most importantly, the people. Epic only hires the best of the best, and it's been a joy working with each of you on a daily basis, whether you were hired weeks ago or decades ago. Now, Epic is a company that I really respect because I think at the... I think it was at some video games award, or some video game award show, they were honoring the founder of Epic. Of Epic Games, and they were talking about how much he brought to the industry, the things that he did, the engine, the game engine, how it forged. Tons of games that you play today are using the Unreal Engine, Epic Engine. So, wow. I'm sad to see him go, but I can totally understand. 20 years of straight gaming creation madness. it's time to take a break. Not just a vacation, but a break. And I'm pretty sure he'll be back maybe in 2 to 3 years, 5 years. He'll come back refreshed with a ton of ideas. And, you know, maybe we'll see another breakout title similar to Gears of War, but, you know, something a little bit different, a little bit fresher from the newly rested Cliffy B. So check it out, guys. Cliffy B joining the ranks of the departed from these companies. And that concludes all of our stories we have for tonight. We're going to move on to our user-submitted stories, where you guys submit stories over at Bwana.tv/forums.
Do you love Game Chat? Are you looking for a way to show your appreciation? Become a Bwana.tv premium subscriber. Check out the details at Bwana.tv/donate.
Hello, Bwana.tv/forum. Sign up, join the community, laugh. For our first submitted story, we're going to go to Sarams. Azeroth Made in Minecraft released to the public. Azeroth Made in Minecraft. And it seems like they finally finished it. Yep. Back in February, a 27-year-old U.S. grad student known as Ramses about his project that would bring the entire virtual world of Blizzard's massively multiplayer World of Warcraft to Minecraft. 8 months in the making, the project has now gone into open beta. Open beta. Oh, boy. He says, I developed software to convert continents of World of Warcraft into Minecraft with blocks using a process known as voxelization. It converts everything in the game, including all the buildings' natural details, down to the individual tree stump. Once the parameters for the software have been set, the entire conversion process takes about 24 hours and requires no human intervention. The world is 275 square kilometers and contains over 68 billion blocks. It includes all the underground areas, dungeons, and caves. They've already started working on the Outland and Northern and regions such as Tol Barad and Lost Isles as well. So congratulations for the 68 billion blocks. World of Warcraft completely recreated in Minecraft. Kind of crazy when you think about it, but hey, some people got the time. Got the time. Thanks for the stories, Roms. New Mass Effect 3 DLC Retaliation announced launches tomorrow. Okay. Another free LD. So these are some ugly dudes, man. DLC, which will be free, introduces the Collector's Faction, with Cerberus adding Dragoon to their ranks and the Geth deploying new drones to the battlefield. New classes will also appear, two of which are the Turian Havoc Soldier, Turian Ghost Infiltrator, amongst many more. Existing maps will receive a hazard makeover, featuring new environmental hazards and traps. Satar! A regular rotation of fire bases, yada yada yada. New weapons will be introduced. The Collector Assault Rifle, Submachine Gun, Sniper Rifle. Also, a brand new challenge feature has been added. Okay. Challenges tracks your statistics and rewards you such and such. And it will be released tomorrow for free on October 9th. New stuff if you're into the multiplayer part of Mass Effect 3. And I gotta admit, they've been doing a lot for this in terms of weekend events, injecting new content. So congratulations to those guys. Mass Effect 3. BioWare trying to, you know, do it without some of the head guys. Head guys are leaving. And this is another title that's going through a turbulent year with their title. But the DLC drops tomorrow for free. I'm glad they're not charging for it. They could have easily done that. They really could have. So thankfully they didn't. All right, thanks for stories, Romps. Next story from Emmerdale. World of Warcraft, Orgrimmar, and Stormwind temporarily wiped out. What? World of Warcraft hacked, and the worlds were temporarily wiped out. An event of apocalyptic proportions hit the realms of Azeroth. Entire cities, players, NPCs, and all were summarily slaughtered by hackers. The entire populations of Stormwind and Urgur were killed as a number of hackers playing as level 1 characters as a number of hackers playing as level 1 characters proceeded to insta-kill everyone in sight. I gotta watch this video later because that's probably kind of funny because it's a game. Just run around. Hey, there's this level 1 guy sword with a wooden sword. Level 1 guy running around with a wooden sword, one-shotting everybody. Run! It's been hotfixed, so you won't have the problem anymore. But for how long? We'll probably see the foreseeable future, blah, 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 blah. That guy is terrorizing World of Warcraft with a level 1 guy. Wow. Wow. Thanks for the story, Emmerdale. League of Legends playoffs soured by allegations of cheating. Oh, yeah. I read about this. Alright, so at League of Legends, at this tournament, I don't know if you guys know, they had this giant stage with huge screens behind the player booths. The player booths were on stage, and they had these huge screens behind them. One of the players from, I can't pronounce the name, Azabu Frost, was caught looking at the screens on the enemy's minimap. So he was getting information. He was screen watching on stage and cheating. They got a blown up picture of him looking at the screen like this in the middle of the game. Oh, man. So, $1 million on the line. And we've seen tournaments like this. StarCraft has this. You know, the Dota 2 International was just recently a huge success. They didn't have this problem. And it just turns around and cheats on stage. Like nobody would see that. He's like, everybody's looking at somebody else. Ping, ping, ping. They're there, and there. Nobody saw me. I'm just on stage in front of thousands of people. Nobody saw me just do that. There aren't any video cameras running at all. No cameras being shot at me. No. No. I'm inconspicuous. Come on, man. You got to be dumb. You got to be the dumbest dumb on the dumb to do that dumb. Just dumb. Thanks for the story, Emmerdale. Next story. Notch releases test footage of 0x010C-5. And yeah, I haven't looked at this video, but I did see the story. Notch has been working on this space simulator game thingy, space-based adventure 0x10C for quite a while. And I haven't heard much about it since, like, you know, Minecon. Haven't heard hardly anything about it. And he's posted some development progress, some screens, and usual gameplay. He's testing physics, bobbing, and guns. So it's great to see that he's making progress despite recent hiccups. Yeah. So, yeah. Notch is not working on Minecraft. Those of you who don't know, he's working on his own game now. Kind of like he's in a figurehead chair of Mojang. He's just like, you continue to make Minecraft. I will be back here playing Team Fortress 2 with my massive head thing that only I have and nobody else has, and I will make games. I will code back over here on my throne. Continue, Mojang. Sign deals for children books. Yes. Bask in our glory. Did you guys see the pictures of their new office? Mojang moved to this new office, and I guarantee it looks like freaking Godfather. It's like they just all turn to gangsters, and it's just like Suddenly, their office has become. I can only think of it reminds me of the Godfather's house. All of this delicious antique furniture everywhere. I can just imagine Notch just like somebody comes to Notch. We're trying to sign a deal with this children's books guy, and they don't want to cooperate. He's like,
Well, let me talk to him.
well, Notch, he's not going to let us.
Well, let me talk to him.
How are you going to convince him?
I'm gonna make an offer he can't refuse. I'm gonna put a horse's head in his bed.
He's the Godfather. Anyway, that had nothing to do with the story, but it was interesting nonetheless. Thanks for the story, Techniffin. And I'm refreshing, I hope. Maybe I'm not. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Why you no refresh? There we go. Got stuck in refresh loop. Oh, and that concludes all of our stories. Guess what time it is, y'all? Yeah. What time it is? It's title time. Title time is when you guys come up with them snazzy titles. I want to see some titles this time. Last show was depressing. Now. Okay. Hacking Battlefield 3 is not very bright. The PS3 Slim gets slimmer as the 3DS gets colorful. We shouldn't have blue games. We shouldn't have blue games. 50 Shades of Minecraft. Steam is not just for gaming. Green Eggs and Creeper. BF3 Envy with blue players red in anger. You've bio-worn me out, says Cliffy B. The League of Legends you were dialing has been temporarily disconnected. Lights out for Battlefield players. Minecraft book in form of children. Now with steaming software. League of Legends cheaters. What is the theme? PS3 Glade 138%. Thanks, Mega Shake. Mojang now with Vitamin 0 by 10C. Steam sell non-gaming software for players. And mini games. Let's make our 3DS red. Brilliant! BF3 don't like Blee. Fine, we ban you. PS3 feels blue. PF3 feels blue. Players risk banning fix. The Notchfather Part 1. BioWare could be BioWare. Mojang, the new Dr. Seuss. The World of Hackcraft. You've bio-worn me out, says Cliffy B. Non-gaming software, the new gaming software. Ain't no party like a LAN party. Okay. Lots of titles. Lots of titles. Hopefully the stream is back. Looks like we had a little hiccup there. So let's pick 3 of them. I did see all the titles. So let's pick some. Alright. This is what I'm talking about. We got some titles now. We got some titles. Let's get this. Oh, I don't have my other music here, but let's see. Oh, gosh. Fish Twin is back. Oh, man. These. Oh, man. There's so many good ones. Oh, boy. All right. Wow. It's a lot of good titles. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. So if you haven't already, refresh the stream. You know, you can catch up. But we're going to go ahead and vote on these 3 titles. Three titles. Go ahead and vote based on the number you see. Number 1 is Hacking Battlefield 3 is not very bright. Number 2, League of Legendary Cheaters. And number 3, Mojang, the new Dr. Seuss. Vote by typing the number and the number only. Let's go. All right, 10 more seconds. Looks like it's a landslide. That's the longest 10 seconds in history. All right, here we go. Poll stop. Poll results say what? I think we know who the winner is. The winner is 2. Congratulations to Fish Twit. Welcome back. Karachi's like I win. The title will be League of Legendary Cheaters. Congratulations, Fish Twit. Not only do you win Title Time accolades, but we welcome you back to Title Time. You were sorely missed last week. Thank you for bringing fresh titles, making everybody think. Great titles this week, but I think this title, League of Legendary Cheaters, is probably the best summary that you could probably come up with. Awesome title. Congratulations. Enjoy those accolades, those bragging rights for yet another week. Put another feather in your hat for Game Chat with Bwana. Title Time accolades. You are the winner. Fish Twit. League of Legendary Cheaters. League of Legendary Cheaters will be the title. All right. Congratulations once more, Fish Twit. And that concludes episode 71 of Game Chat 1. I want to thank everybody for coming by. We're here at live.bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. Once more, I want to thank everybody for coming by. We had a great time tonight. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Bwana or twitter.com/Bwana live. If you wish to be notified when I go live, you can also follow me on Google+. Go to google.com/+Bwana. That would be my Google Plus account. Also, you can also join our forums at bwana.tv/forum. And we're probably going to be streaming some games tonight here at live.bwana.tv. I'm going to take a break after the show. So if you guys want to stick around, watch some gameplay. We also play video games and just talk about games and stuff. Just hang out. Come by the stream at live.bwana.tv. There was a peculiar video posted on my YouTube today. It's kind of a mixed signal. So yeah, check out my YouTube. It's called Stand By. It was kind of a signal that was sent and I relayed it to you guys. Very unclear. It was weird. Very, very weird. But, yes. Yes, thanks for coming by, guys. We'll see you all next week. Take care. Have a great week. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Cut.